Hello, everybody. My name is Dexter Garner. I'm a sales engineer here at Fairwinds, and today we're going to be talking a bit about policy enforcement in the context of FinOps. So, one of the big differentiators for our platform, Fairwinds Insights, is that not only do we give you the ability to have a show back and charge back model and get right sizing recommendations on your workloads, but we also allow you to enforce some of these policy best practices to ensure you can attribute those costs and ensure that your workloads have proper requests and limits set. So let me jump into a repository that I have configured here. I'll walk you through a file that I have set up as well. So clicking in, you can see there's a couple things on this file that I've deployed here. I'm going to jump into my code editor. First and foremost, you'll notice that I have one label instantiated on this deployment. I do have an application label. That's great. However, in this particular example, there's three different labels that I want to ensure that I have. Additionally, you can see here that I have a resources block. However, I've not set requests and limits on this particular workload. Definitely best practice would be to ensure that those are instantiated on your deployment. So a couple things. I'm going to click back into Insights. Here's the first policy. So you can see I want to ensure that I have a cost center label as well as a team label for cost attribution on this workload. Additionally, CPU limits, memory requests, memory limits, CPU requests should be set. Nice thing about Insights is with every action item, especially within your repository, we're going to be giving you exactly where that failed policy has occurred. So in this case, my file that I'm going to be deploying is just called deploy.yaml. We'll give you a description as to why that finding is important. And then we give you direct inline remediation advice. So you can go back into your deployment file. You can read up on the documentation associated with this action item and then redeploy, therefore ensuring that you have a reliable and efficient workload. So let me just jump back into my code editor. I'm going to, so here's the initial file without the two additional labels and without the request and limit set. So I'm going to copy over this particular file here. So this file does have, as you can see up towards the top, you have this cost center label. You also have a team label. And then I have placed some limits and requests, just some default values on this particular file. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just copy that over into my deploy.yaml, go back into my command line. And push that on up to GitHub. So I'll jump into this repository that I have configured and come evaluate this development branch, create a pull request. Confirm the merge. Awesome. And then I'm going to just jump back into main branch. You'll be able to see Insights running our script here in the back end. So once that completes, and it should be fairly quickly, especially with this small deployment, we'll jump back into Insights and we'll see the output. But really, the value of these checks, let's say your team wants to have a show back model. You want to understand what development or application teams are deploying what. Are they using those resources effectively? Are they following budget that they've set? Are you deploying the same workload across 3 individual clusters? What's the cost of that workload? And ensuring that labels are on those individual workloads can really help you understand your cost of that individual workload. And let's see, cleaning up. Awesome. So let me just jump back in. I'm going to click repositories. Hopefully this is completed. Yep. And clicking back into the particular deployment, you can see that those action items for the labels as well as the requests and limits are no longer there. So we've taken care of that action item. You can ensure that that deployment file has proper labels, and now we can track that workload's costs over time. So thank you so much. And as always, if you have questions, reach out to us here at Fairwinds.